Hello guys, welcome back to the channel and welcome to Berlin. It's another day here. It's not that beautiful today, it's a little overcast, but nevertheless I want to film an episode today. And the camera that I will be using is the Fuji GF670. And loaded into the camera is already some film, but I got two rolls. So today I'm going to shoot everybody's darling Portra 400. It's been ages since I've shot Portra 400, so yeah, I'm looking forward to shoot some Portra 400 again. I think the reason is probably also because it's freaking expensive. But today I think I will blast through two of these rolls here, just for you guys. So the camera that I'm using, GF670, like I mentioned before, I think I will probably rate the film at ISO 100. So the camera, if you're not aware, has aperture priority. So I just set the ISO and the camera will pick the shutter speed. So I will let the camera know what aperture I want to shoot at. And yeah, I think that should work pretty well. So I would say without further ado, Fuji GF670, Portra 400, Berlin. Let's go. Developing and scanning was kindly provided by Carmen Sita Film Lab. If you want to check them out, the link will be in the description box down below. Surely not my favorite shot, but look how the subject pops out. The lens on this camera is awesome. Forgot that the lens was still stopped down to f11. The idea here was to shoot it wide open at f3.5. Alright guys, let me quickly run you through the settings that I'm using. Like I've mentioned before, I set the ISO here to 100 in the camera, and I was shooting, depending on the light, some shots I shot wide open. I mean, it's clearly to see the shots that were taken wide open. Sometimes I was stopping down the lens to f11. That's pretty much about it. Focus is manually, of course. Yeah, that's it. So it's to handle this camera, it's pretty easy. So by the way, I'm filming this episode, I mean the first person view that you see with a new camera that I'm trying out. The friend gave me that camera, and let me show you, it's charging right now. It has some downsides because the battery only lasts 30 minutes, and right now I can only record 10 minutes in a row because otherwise it might overheat. So yeah, it's 10 minutes limit, so I have to turn it off and turn it on again. Can happen that I forget to turn it on, so that's one downside. But on the upside, it's very small and compact, and it's this one here. It's charging right now in this housing, and it's the Insta 360 Go 2, and yeah, it's really nice. And I can just stick it here. You may be able to see. So there's a small plate, it's metal, so it's like a magnet sticking to my shirt. It's pretty good. So yeah, it's not taking away much space. That's pretty nice. So all right, guys, I would say without further ado, let's continue shooting. I spotted two guys sitting behind the wall drinking beer and smoking. The shutter speed was very slow, but I kind of liked the motion blur in this one. Unfortunately, a little later it started to rain and I had to call it a day and continue the next morning. Well, even though the shooting experience with the camera is lovely, it's not meant to replace my 35mm cameras for street photography. Getting 10 shots a roll isn't great, and over time that would get a bit too expensive. Alright guys, that's it, shooting the Fuji 670 and Portra 400 here in Berlin. I have to say, the middle of Berlin is basically my favorite spot to shoot because, I don't know, it's just beautiful. There's the backdrop usually is really nice, not messy, so it's great, and usually there's plenty of people. Yeah, you could argue that's also the most touristy place here in Berlin, but here right now it's really hard to distinguish a tourist from a local, so in the end it doesn't really matter. I'm happy that there's people out, so I'm totally fine with that. Yeah, shooting the episodes took way longer than expected, thanks to the rain yesterday and the awful lighting, but nevertheless I finished the episode today with some really beautiful lighting, which is on the upside a nice thing. And yeah, a quick notice about this. It's great, but some problems. It only has internal memory, 32 gigabytes. It's not a whole lot. And also the battery life is pretty poor, roughly 30 minutes. Not ideal. If this would have maybe 128 gigabytes internal, or maybe a memory card slot and a battery life of an hour, or hot swappable batteries, that would be great. Then this would be, I think, the camera of my choice for filming this kind of videos, because it's a square sensor, so basically you can reframe later on, which is pretty insane, and it gives the first-person kind of videos a different look because you can change the angle, which is pretty nice. So, but I think for now I will stick with my setup that I was using before. Maybe I will get one of those as a second angle or whatever. I'm not sure yet, but let me know what you think. Do you think this made a difference and the video looked better because of this? It's not too expensive, so this might be an option. Alright guys, let's check out my favorite prints. Alright guys, that's it for today's episode. Don't forget to check out my street photography scenes. That helps out the channel and allows me to make more videos like this in the future. And give the video a thumbs up if you liked it, and subscribe to my channel if you want to see more videos like this. Alright guys, see you in the next one. Until then, auf Wiedersehen.